number 11 to Andrew Sanborn to get hot from the three-point range. He's got about 16 threes this year, so he's definitely a threat from the perimeter that Union Catholic has to watch out for defensively.
And for the Vikings now, a little bit of a different starting lineup. Mark Atkins out there, as well as A.J. Sepulveda. And the sophomore, Elijah Barlow, also joining your typical starters of Tanksley and Battle. So we'll see what the different starting lineup can bring to this Union Catholic team.
Definitely, Pat. And just a little bit of change, coming off that week away from playing. And so we'll see how these guys can work together and start the game off for the Vikings.
Yeah, no Justin Archer for the Vikings today. So we'll see if Mark Atkins getting the start today, someone like him, as well as Tahir Jones, can really step up down low for this Vikings team.
100%. Mark Atkins with his size is the kind of guy that can really make an impact down low in this game. And also, contend with some of the matchup problems that Union might give us today.
Definitely seems to be one of the taller players on the court right now.
Certainly, and these might be, Atkins' first significant minutes of this season, but he's only a junior, and so, definitely some eligibility left for him.
So Union wins the tip, and we're ready to play some basketball today. Getting us started, the point guard, Russ Ayala of the Farmers.
Yeah, and he can definitely distribute the basketball, but watch out for him as a scoring threat from the Union Farmers as well.
He'll drive the lane, good dish inside, and that's an easy 2 points for Union. Some good team basketball as Amir Robinson will be accredited with those 2 points. And now the press right after Union Catholic trying to disrupt these younger players like on the court right now, and it looks like it'll work as Val Julian comes up with that steal for Union.
Pat, not only was Union Catholic missing the size of Justin Archer on the past 2 scores by Union, but, without Gio Phillip and Matt Tracy in the game, it looks like Union Catholic's having some trouble bringing the ball up.
Tanksley, no trouble there. Goes full court, and he shows his speed and agility.
Definitely, and that's definitely who they're hoping to work the ball into today, at least right now for the Vikings.
Definitely took some initiative on his part. As you see it again, a great pass.
Yeah, good pass by Tanksley over to Battle, and now we got ourselves a 4-4 ball game.
Definitely, and that's what the Vikings have looked to do all season with that pass from Tanksley cutting to the basket over to Battle, who finished as he has this entire season.
Good move there, but can't finish. Ezra Glover unable on that one. Battle on the wing will pull up.
And that's good.
Drains it in Julian's face.
Looks like Battle's feeling it early, jumping out to a quick 5 points for the Vikings. Only a couple minutes into this one.
Battle's someone who's always been deadly from behind the arc this season.
Yeah, Battle averaging more than 2 threes a game actually this season, so he's been their leading scorer from deep, and he shows it again there. An offensive foul against Union will go down as a turnover for them.
Yeah, and this one's been a little bit sloppy to say the least so far today, guys.
Battle pulls up the short jumper, front rim off the mark.
Battle's first miss of the day, however.
Julian from the corner can't hit it. Barlow outlet over to Tanksley now.
It was great awareness by Union. Just finding that open man.
Yeah, it sure was, Ray. And, that's a Union team that really looks confident with the ball.
Barlow going right at the hoop there and converts that one off the glass.
Great finish by Barlow. That was phenomenal defense by the Union defender, but he was actually able to get it past him and put it in the basket.
And Barlow is someone on this team who's been increasing his minute total all season long, and now his first start on the varsity level for this team today. That shot's off the mark. Sepulveda pulls down the board.
Yeah, number 25 on the Vikings, someone that can really use his size to his advantage and really doing so on that rebound, boxing out, grabbing that board.
Ball tapped around there. Mark Atkins almost loses it, gets it over to Barlow with a spin move, up with it, and Elijah Barlow 4 points to start it off here. And we got ourselves a timeout.
A nice little acrobatic scoring on his part.
Yeah, and Ray, Union started this game out 4-0. Now an 11-0 run by the Vikings. How'd they get this going?
I think that Union Catholic just relied on their tremendous athleticism to get these points. You saw it in that acrobatic layup, I called it before, and really just with moving around that press, using their superior speed and strength. I really think that that's been one of the cornerstones of this Viking offense thus far.
And Zach, we see Union Catholic with a different lineup today. Union putting the pressure on him with that press. It worked early, but now with this lineup, Union Catholic, they don't look too bad out there right now.
Yeah, Pat, honestly, I was just about to say, not looking too shabby out there. You know, of course, we have Nishan Battle and Jaheim Tanksley really kind of guiding this team, but we'll see a couple substitutions, or one substitution, I should say. Tahir Jones checking in, and he'll definitely make a big impact to where Atkins was playing.
That shot short. Some good defense by Sepulveda. He gets the rebound. Outlet to Tanksley on the break. He'll pull things out.
He's really been a rebounding force so far for the Vikings. Barlow looking to get to the basket, but pass it on.
Tanksley, deep range. Back rim off the mark. Muscled down by Amir Robinson.
That's a shot, you know, Tanksley, we've seen him hit multiple times, and so, you know, he's the kind of shooter that really likes to get going, and I thought that shot was a good attempt from him.
Ayala's shot no good. Tanksley on the run now. See Union Catholic wanting to play up pace with this Union team.
Yeah, and Pat, we've seen that all season from the Vikings, you know, trying to win that tempo battle and just outpace the other team, and for the most part, that's led them to a lot of success. If anything, you know, the only time they've really struggled is trying to push the pace too much.
Union Catholic's definitely done well in the faster games.
Definitely, other than, you know, those 2 losses to Elizabeth, I would say.
Tanksley drives at baseline, gets it to go, and the foul.
Definitely, he loved that whistle, and that was an easy finish for him, albeit the contact right there.
And Tanksley, we've been talking about him all season.
We have.
Point average now at 19 points per game. One of the top seniors in the state at point guard.
He's definitely the type of player who plays much bigger than he is. He attacks the basket almost like a center coming in. Just very fearless around his defenders.
And you have to love that, you know, 1-2 combo. Not quite right now, but the 1-2 combo we've seen of Tanksley and Battle kind of this season.
Foul there against Barlow, a little over-aggressive on defense. Now we'll see Matt Tracy check in place of AJ Sepulveda.
Union Catholic definitely looking very guard-oriented right now, subbing in Matt Tracy.
Sanborn now from 3, rims out. Pulled down by Battle, wide open on the break is Barlow, and he gets his stuff blocked there by Julian. A good defensive effort to get back.
Great use of that height advantage he has.
For sure.
Sanborn, another attempt. That one no good either.
Yeah, we've seen him rush a couple of quick shots, and neither of them were good enough to fall so far.
Great passing by Union Catholic.
Battle a little off the mark there.
Battle cooling off a little bit after those first 5 points in the first few minutes of this quarter.
There's a wide open shot for Union, and they got their first 3-point ball of the game. That's Ron Flood.
Definitely, Pat. That was a deep 3, but still you can't leave it unguarded if you're the Vikings right there.
Shot from the outside for Union Catholic. And they're trading threes now. Deshaun Battle gets his second of the game to go.
Increasing that lead right back to 10 where it was. About a minute and 30 to play.
Good defense from Jones, but a little too aggressive there. Hit with the foul.
Exactly, and we see Union kind of creeping their way to the bonus a little bit early on.
See Isaiah Hill check in for Union Catholic, replacing Barlow.
Thomas drives the lane. Can't finish, though.
That was a little bit unfortunate there for Union, who just hasn't been able to get a shot to fall.
Inside to Jones, a good look. He can't finish, but that's the type of shots you want from your big man today.
Definitely just trying to draw the foul.
Great job making space.
And a good move to the basket there as Glover finishes that one.
Tight defense by Battle, but he was able to fight through it and get the finish.
Now Union now settling in this 2-3 zone. 17 seconds left. Union Catholic looks like they'll hold for the last shot of the quarter.
They sure will, and look for Deshaun Battle to come around and possibly take this last shot.
Hill finds Battle in the corner. Can't get it to go. Would have been an exclamation point on a very efficient first quarter for the Vikings, Ray. Deshaun Battle 8 points, but all around, Union Catholic getting pretty good looks on offense.
Well, I definitely think that's been in part due to their smaller lineup. They've been moving a lot faster than their Union opponents. They've been able to get to the open ball, which there haven't been too many clear rebounds. It's sort of the ball bounces out, and then whoever gets to it first can be the one to grab it. And then also coming across the court, transitioning from offense, defense to offense, they've been a lot faster paced and more efficient, as you said earlier, with that.
And now, Zach, for Union, they've got some good looks from the outside, haven't hit them, but they've struggled really getting good looks on the inside besides the early parts of the quarter. So what does Union have to do to get those good looks they want?
Definitely, Pat, and I think it really has to do with establishing that three-point shot. And we saw Sanborn take a couple of good threes, rush him a little bit, but if he's able to take his time and knock down a few threes, I think that could really open up things for Union, both inside and outside in the second quarter.
Yeah, in games in recent years where Union beats Union Catholic, typically Union's three-point shooting is superb in those contests where they have outmatched Union Catholic. So three-point shooting definitely can be a huge component in terms of who will end up winning this match. But right now, Union Catholic winning that battle
for sure
with Deshaun Battle. Short jumper, no good for Jones.
Tracy lost his defender there, but able to recover.
It's a good motion offense from Union, but they've struggled working it inside so far. Shot from the outside, Glover, no good.
Yeah, playing almost like the Warriors, primarily shooting threes.
Sanborn now still can't get on the board. Ball on the floor. Bodies on the floor. Everybody's on the floor. Battle comes away with it. Had a wide open Hill, but his pass was intercepted. Another three off the mark, and this possession out of sorts right now. And finally, Union Catholic pulls down the rebound.
Yeah, might have looked like a good time for a timeout call, but Union Catholic fighting through it and coming out with the possession.
A strong move to the basket by Hill, and he's fouled on the way there.
And if you're a Union, you can't be too happy about that foul. You know, Isaiah Hill underneath the basket, really no angle to shoot it, and critical foul sending Union Catholic to the free throw line up 8 right now. Now we see it looking even more like Union Catholic's typical starting lineup. other than, of course, the shooter, Isaiah Hill.
Yeah, without Justin Archer, Hill might be the one to step up and start typically, from what we've seen.
Definitely, and I'm sure it'll just be kind of an experiment to find out who can be that 5.
Another 3 off the mark for Union. They've definitely struggled from the outside.
Fortunate rebound there. Isaiah Hill hitting that one off the glass to Sean Battle.
Tanksley wants 3 and he'll have it. 21-9, Union Catholic.
Union Catholic really starting to take over a little bit offensively here. Defensively challenged Union team, and they've really done nothing to subsidize that on the offensive end of the floor.
Union Catholic's definitely been the more aggressive of the two teams.
Definitely, however, Union doing a good job on the glass so far today, and Union Catholic will definitely try to focus on that at halftime, I would say.
Union a little bit frustrated, turns it over there.
It seems to be everywhere a Union player is a Union Catholic player on him. They can't seem to find an open look.
The Union Catholic's defense impressive today, on the ball guarding especially, from players like Tanksley and Battle, I've noticed.
Definitely one of their better defensive outings so far this season.
Gio Phillip with the ball now. Didn't see him in the first quarter, but his shot's blocked there. And a good move there, going coast to coast. Val Julian.
Great job working around the defender.
Val Julian, the kind of player on Union that can really just give the team a bucket when they need it, and we saw that right there.
Tanksley cross court. Battle will drive it. Pass up on the 3.
Good look there by Battle, but it was just merely tipped away by Union, so Union Catholic will now inbound it under their own basket.
Battle in the corner, left open, and he can't do that. Union not taking notice. Ayala passes up on the 3-pointer. Set calls for the screen here. Julian double team now and tripped away by Gio Phillip. Loses the ball with the ref there, but Union gets it back. The ball nearly thrown into the first seat of the crowd, and it goes out of bounds nonetheless.
Yeah, it sure did right there, and the play getting a little sloppy on both ends of the floor.
Phillip dishes back out to Tracy. Free throw line jumper. Can't get it to go. Storming in Hill. Wanted to throw that one down off the rebound, but couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, just a couple inches too short.
And I wouldn't have been surprised if you got the foul call there, but Union Catholic with the lead right now, and they're going to head into a timeout.
Yeah, scores 24-11 in favor of the Vikings. And Ray, Deshaun Battle 3 threes on the day. Meanwhile, Union only 1 3 on the day. What's been going on behind the arc for them?
Well, I think you just have to credit that to the Union Catholic defense. I said it earlier, they've been very aggressive. They've been able to stay on their man the entire time and really just shut them down. They know Union's a team that likes to shoot the 3, and they can shoot it efficiently, but so they've been able to counteract that and sort of guard against it. They came in probably with that in their game plan.
And Zach, you mentioned Union Catholic, a lot of guards on the floor today, but inside it hasn't really been a big issue for them so far.
Yeah, definitely, Pat. And, that really has to just do with our sheer athleticism and quickness getting to the basket. And Union's defense is a little slow-footed today, and they just haven't been able to stop us in terms of getting to the hoop. And you know, we might not have the most size, but just the quickness of the guards has really allowed us to take advantage of them defensively.
Good points by both my analysts here.
It's greatly appreciated, Pat.
And Union's got the ball out of the timeout, and we see a little 2-2-1 press from the Vikings.
They're keeping the Sean Battle back down the court.
And they're going to get it over in 10 seconds. Nearly there. Julian finally gets it over. And he cuts down the lane, but too many steps there.
And that's not a call we see all the time here, guys, but the right call made right there by the official. And
yeah, traveling, it's not a call in the NBA, but high school level, they'll get you with it.
Especially on a play like that right there.
Thanks, over to Phillip.
Haven't seen too much from him so far this game.
Hill passes up on the three, instead gets him with the crossover. Cannot finish the layup.
Yeah, Hill, I think he lost his energy a little bit after that dribbling display. You know, he's falling away from the basket a little bit and just gave him a tough angle to try to put that one off the backboard.
In the corner now, that three again rims out.
And Union's struggles have really been electrified by their three-point shooting woes today. Not able to really knock too many down other than that one open deep three we saw before.
Good look from Tanksley, but the shot no good from Battle.
Yeah, regardless, a great ball movement and a quick steal right here.
Union Catholic, a little too much energy on that break. They throw that one out of bounds.
And that play just goes to show, you know, if Isaiah Hill got over to that ball in time, could have possibly saved it from going out.
Definitely a display of some of the selflessness of the Union Catholic offense, though. Moving that ball around, trying to find the best look. Fortunately, couldn't get the ball to the right player.
Julian back inside. Second chance. And AJ Sepulveda hit with the foul on the floor. No shots.
Definitely, although they must be close to the bonus. Union Catholic laying off in terms of fouls, but first quarter probably had about 3 or 4, so it'll be interesting to see if the Farmers can get into the bonus before half. You know, try to make up some of that 13-point deficit.
Good fake from Robinson, and takes it right down the lane, but slipped out of his hands when he tried to go up for it.
Yeah, that really would have been a highlight play right there if he was able to finish. Changing direction on Jaheim Tanksley there and really getting to the basket, but.
And Julian back inside with the finish.
Great job moving through his defenders.
Val Julian, not the tallest guy on the floor, but he's sneaky strong and really uses his body to get positioning right there.
Gio Phillip at the basket. Foul called.
Shot was no good, but he really earned the 2 shots coming up right now. Was almost able to convert on that and one there, but tough shot with the defender all over him, and he's got good free throw shooting for him. Don't want to jinx him here, but hope he can knock both of these down for the Vikings. It's been a quick second quarter.
Phillips is really one of the more fearless of the Union Catholic players, the way he just sort of jumps into the thick of things, trying to get as many points as he can.
That's a great point you make there, Ray. You know, Gio Phillips always one of those guys we see racing up the court, transition.
Phillip 0 of 2 from the line there. cross-court pass easily taken away by Phillip. And now he gets it to go this time when he's fouled. And a great play from Gio Phillip.
Yeah, Gio Phillip right there with an explosive take to the basket. And Union couldn't do anything there except for foul.
Great job converting that into a three-point play.
Yeah, that one really electrified the crowd right there. Union's offense has been struggling in the second quarter, but we'll see what they can do now in the final minute.
Thomas no good on that one either.
4 Union Catholic players swarming the board right there to get the rebound, but already up the court.
And a whistle there, and Gio Phillip hit with the traveling violation.
He didn't love that call. Tangley almost able to jump that pass right there, but he's playing tight defense.
Thomas with a nice little step back, and he's on the board now for the Farmers.
Yeah, and that one right there just really showed, Jaheim Tangley's somewhat of an inability to guard those taller guards, short stature, and he had a hand in his face, but still knocking down the shot nonetheless.
Tangley gets rid of it as he's double teamed. 5 seconds left. Left hand, Jaheim Tangley, smooth like butter.
Great awareness there, getting his hand around that defender.
Sure was.
Tangley's got that finishing trait from 2K. Loves to use it out here. But a great first half from Union Catholic. Lead by 14. Ray, what did you see from Union Catholic in that first half?
Saw a lot. They seemed to be all over the place. They were doing great in the paint, moving the ball around fantastically. And Nishan Battle lights out from three-point range.
Yeah.
And then defensively, they were everywhere as well. They just shut down Union, kept them pretty scoreless from the three-point line. I believe they were scoreless from that three-point line from that in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm. So now we'll go down to the cheerleaders, and we'll be back later for more coverage.
We sure will.
hello and welcome back as we are ready to begin this second half. Union Catholic, a 14-point lead in case you're just joining us, and a pretty efficient first half for the Vikings, Ray.
Yeah, definitely. They've made most of their shots, shooting a very good percentage, and really, they seem like the first half was theirs.
Yeah, Union Catholic very in control in most aspects of this game so far.
Seem to be the ones with their foot on the pedal.
And hopefully they won't take their foot off the pedal.
Good ball movement by Union.
Glover gets through the lane with the sweet Euro step.
Yeah, no need to dribble on that one.
Barlow attacking, and there's a
Draws the
foul
foul.
call.
He came with the same energy as he did early on in that first quarter when he scored 4 points, and I'd like to see that from him. You know, he's a player that usually doesn't love to go to the basket, and so it's really a welcome look.
He's predominantly been a shooter so far in his career.
Yeah, if anything, Ray, you know, he really thrives off distributing the ball, and he's really one of the players on this team that is a pass-first player, you know.
Barlow nails that one. Union Catholic now at the 30-point mark.
Nice 13-point lead over this Union team. Great job moving the ball around.
And Robinson, a wide open layup. Looks like he was going to dunk it for a second, but instead just takes the easy layup.
Yeah, Pat. And if anything, I don't really know how to feel about, you know, Union Catholic pressing at this point in the game, you know, up 13 and really just leaving a hole on defense over there for Union to clean up.
And Union too quick on that break as they throw that one out of bounds. Tanksley splits two defenders, dishes out wide for Battle for another three.
Yeah, Battle sneaky in that corner over there. The no defender was really paying close attention to him, and he made him pay with a dagger.
He's pretty much knocked down from any of these corners on this court.
And he's the kind of a player, you know, with the combination of that kind of size and shooting abilities, he could really make an impact at the next level.
Tracy, good outlet off the rebound to Tanksley, and a good up and under move. Gets it with the right hand, and a foul, might I add.
Yeah, you may add that, Pat. And Union Catholic at this point just making clockwork of this Union defense. Phenomenal pass by Matt Tracy, you know. Not enough to say about that. To a cutting Jaheim Tanksley, who, you know, we expected to finish that one, and he did.
And that's definitely one of the benefits of Union Catholic having such a guard-heavy roster. Just the playmaking possibilities that they have, like we just saw play out.
Yeah, and Ray, it definitely comes down to ball handling in situations like this, and Union Catholic not giving away the basketball today has really boded well for them.
Here, the Union coach calling for an ISO on that play.
And a foul there against Tanksley on the jumper of Ayala.
Ayala, second leading scorer on this team, but he hasn't been able to get a lot going today. He's really been shut down by Union Catholic defenders on the perimeter.
No, not a lot of looks for him today. Not a lot of opportunities to score, but here we'll see if he'll get some more opportunities the second half. That board pulled down by Tracy.
Gotta love Isaiah Hill's quickness out here. We'll see if he goes to the basket.
Tracy dishes to Battle, skips the three-pointer, And his skip to the lane, he can't finish it. Up on the break. Glover, another layup.
Union hitting UC with a little bit of its own medicine right there on that fast break bucket. And Union Catholic just has to hustle back on defense and try to do their best to not allow that fast break opportunity.
I believe that's the second time we've seen Union with a quick half-court pass to lead to a wide-open layup. I believe the second time this half.
And Gio Phillip will re-enter the game in place of Isaiah Hill.
Yeah, he's an instrumental player right there, Gio Phillip, and he's just been the guy all year for this team when they need a bucket. You know, other than, of course, Shaheem Tanksley and Nishan Battle, he's been a very valuable third option. And having him on the court really allows Union Catholic to give the ball to him. Looks like a little bit of a stoppage here.
Yeah, some bunny loops, bunny ears, whatever you call it. Getting those shoes tied. And a pass intercepted there by Glover. He's been making some moves there, and another 2 points from this third quarter. It's his third basket, 3 minutes into this one. Union throwing some double teams at Union Catholic.
Definitely, Pat, and they've been able to rely on their quickness, honestly, to recover after the double team. And so you have to like that from Union, coming out, trying to try something different defensively.
Union Catholic moving the ball around great. So we see Tanksley with a nice layup.
Yeah, Tanksley too quick for any defender to get their feet there fast enough to defend him.
Yeah, there was really nothing to be done there on that take to the basket. You know, that's what makes Tanksley such an effective player. The fact that when he's not knocking down threes, he can get into the lane and finish.
Definitely one of the better players on this Vikings team at finding the open lane.
Shot off the side of the backboard. Tanksley wide open, takes his time, does not make it, but works as a pass to Nishan Battle as he finishes it up.
Great job cleaning up that one on the rim is Nishan Battle.
Here we see the Union Farmers call this timeout.
And Union Catholic extending their lead now. They're at 16 points right now.
Yeah.
But some mental mistakes by Union Catholic there. Wide open layups for Glover and such on Union.
Definitely, Patrick. And, you know, this is a Union Catholic team that oftentimes struggles with that. And, you know, very attacking offense, you could say, from Union. Just trying to get some easy looks at the basket. And, you know, it's risk or reward. Union Catholic came away with a couple steals so far. And Union was able to capitalize on a couple baskets. But, you know, look for Union Catholic to keep just playing hard, aggressive defense and see where it gets them.
And I think seeing such minor mistakes by these on the part of Union Catholic, I think that's something that can and should be easily forgiven because, as we can see, they have a pretty dominant game, up 16 points, we said before, and they've been pretty much everywhere offensively, defensively. So having a couple lapses in judgment, I think that's more than okay on their part.
Definitely, Ray. And, you know, this is the kind of game where Union Catholic really needs to prove themselves to some of the other competitors in Union County as the county tournament's approaching. And so, you know, to see Union Catholic come out and play a pretty good game so far against the county foe is really boding well for them come selection, whatever day of the week it is.
Selection Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Something like that. Sounds right. Julian says, give me two, and he will get two with the sweet little jumper. 14-point game.
He saw the defender heading towards and did a little pause there before he went up for that jumper.
Gio Phillip tries his luck, and he drains it.
Nothing but net on that one from Phillip. He hasn't been too much of a factor today, but, you know, you can't discount his three-point prowess.
And Glover been a factor this third quarter. Leading scorer on the season for the Farmers.
And Phillips is definitely someone you always want to keep your eye on because you never know. as we said before, he's a great third option for the Vikings, and you don't want to get too preoccupied with their other scorers because he's always going to be a threat.
Barlow also a threat, especially from deep range, and he shows us there.
Doing some of that shooting I talked about earlier.
Definitely a little bit of an unconventional jump shot from Barlow, but he knocked it down perfectly.
And a good dish on the lay.
Beautiful.
And Gio Phillip puts it in.
Yeah, and really that's what Barlow, is great at, that ability to finish in the paint, especially handing the ball off to his teammates. Some phenomenal passes. And Union Catholic as a team has really excelled taking the ball to the basket and just dishing it to whoever the open scorer is. All these guys capable of finishing at the rim.
And it seems like pretty much their whole lineup, at least right now, is pretty good from behind the arc as well. If we haven't already seen it tonight, we've seen throughout this season all of these guys been able to knock down threes pretty efficiently.
We sure have. Yeah, however, when this team isn't able to shoot their threes, and hopefully that time doesn't come, it can really be a struggle offensively.
Definitely. They really rely on that to stretch the floor so well, allowing them to get inside and get some of their easier buckets.
And Sanborn finally gets one to go. Sanborn also one of the best baseball players in Union County, as well as on this basketball team.
Yeah, and he's just a team player, doing the right things, making the right cuts, and he doesn't need the ball to be successful on the court for this Union squad.
Battle left hand, rims out. Glover pulling it up court now. And he's stripped.
You see the Vikings in attempt, and they draw the foul.
And Deshaun Battle down on that play for the Vikings. We'll see if he's okay.
He was dealing with an arm injury, but right now it looks like it's something to do with his legs. I'm not totally sure, honestly. He got up fine right now, so.
Tahir Jones will be at the line for the Vikings.
Yeah, and Jones with a big rebound off a miss by Jaheim Tanksley, going to the basket for a layup.
See Isaiah Hill take the court for the Vikings.
And Hill's the kind of guy, he's been a role player for the first 2 years of his career as a Viking, but, really making the most of it, coming onto the floor and providing a lot of highlight finishes. We'll see what Val Julian can do up here.
Inside, that one blocked, but there will be a foul against Matt Tracy.
Great motion there by that Union offense. Good cut inside by number 21 on Union. 21 fouled by 21. Not too often you see that.
Here we see a substitution for Union. Number 23, Edmond, coming in.
Yeah, right. I know that he's a favorite player of yours on this Union team, so definitely like to see what he can do out here.
Well, he has 91 points on the season, 7 steals. Definitely an efficient player and someone you want to look out for defensively.
There's Richardson with the ball. Over to Hill, 25 seconds on the game clock in this third period.
Isaiah Hill picking up the ball a little early, and that'll be a backcourt violation right there.
Yeah, trying to pass that one through his legs, couldn't quite get it through.
Yeah, a little too much there from the Vikings, Rush pass by Tahir Jones, and just an untimely turnover. And an otherwise stellar third quarter for the Vikings.
as they maintain that 16-point lead we mentioned earlier, and it's pretty much seemed to stay around that 16-point marker throughout this second half, or this third quarter.
Sanborn back at it. That one off the mark.
Good board by Tyre Jones. The
And
buzzer
it wouldn't
beater
have been
by
good
Hill.
if it counted. A little late on
Off
that
the
one.
mark.
I don't know, Patty got that dunk earlier on in the season, so you never know.
Yeah, definitely deadly around the buzzer.
Yeah, no instant replay in high school basketball quite yet.
No. As well as no shot clock.
Not in New Jersey, but in other states, they do have shot clocks.
Definitely. We'll try to see Union Catholic run out the clock in this fourth quarter in a game that they're up 16, no business losing today. And it's been a good performance from a cast of characters on this Union Catholic team. Almost every single player, I would say, has gone some time.
Yeah, and Ray, this game's not necessarily over. 16-point game, but if Union wants to make a comeback, they're going to have to do it now. What can they do to make that run?
Well, I think they did a great job scoring very efficiently, I might add, from inside the paint. That's where they got the majority of their basket. Scoring great from inside the paint. Sorry about that. Did a good job, and I think if they could continue that sort of trend, just move the ball around better, get the open on the fast break, that would be how they could change this game for them.
I agree with that 100%, Ray.
Richardson with the ball. Drives there over to Tyre Jones.
Al Richardson, lights out three-point shooter. Used to love commentating his games on JV last year. He would knock down some big threes.
And we'll get a timeout. 22 seconds into the third quarter, so not much has changed in terms of the score sheet.
Definitely.
Great defensive pressure on part of Union.
And the defense definitely a big factor for Union Catholic today, Zach. 33 points, definitely not a bad stat for Union Catholic's defense, especially with some of the recent outings they've had. How have they been able to stop Union today?
Patrick, to me, it really comes down to, the guards just playing great perimeter defense. And whether it comes to not letting Union get inside the basket or, not really letting them put up good shots from three-point range. And so Union has been left with minimal options, and that's why we've seen them settle for some low-quality shots.
Inside, Sepulveda goes up strong and is rejected. Sanborn now with the ball.
We'll see if he pulls up for a three. Tough to see what was going on in the corner there, but, the last glimpse we got, ball out of bounds, last touch on Union Catholic, so Union will inbound it. Still early on in this fourth quarter, but lots of action.
That ball is stolen by Union Catholic. We see Gio Phillips take it down the court.
Looked like a potentially unnecessary touch by Isaiah Hill, but Union Catholic was able to save it under the basket, and he's got it up now going to the lane.
Hill, a little bit of a forced shot, can't get it to go down.
Yeah, seemed to be wanting to draw a foul there.
A little bit of a reach, too, on that one.
Great steal by A.J. Sepulveda, as it's stolen right back by number 1, Rashay Thomas of Union, as he scores a point.
And, that's an example of Union Catholic trying to get up the court a little too early. We saw Isaiah Hill practically pass the foul line, and so got to just take your time and work the offense at this point in the game.
And speaking of Isaiah Hill, that was a great job moving around the defense, seemed to rise up on that layup. Good job scoring.
It sure was.
Some more good Union Catholic defense as they get the rebound.
And we got another timeout. Union Catholic not pleased with their play this fourth quarter, Zach. Some turnovers, some sloppy offensive plays.
Definitely. I wouldn't necessarily say, you know, the results of the fourth quarter are what are really getting to the coaches, but I feel like, you know, the mentality Union Catholic's coming with right now and trying to push the pace a little too much in a game that might be better off slowing it down and getting good quality shots around the perimeter. And, you know, it has to do with the people we have in the game as well. And, you know, we'll see some substitutions, but Union Catholic with, you know, a lot of role players in the game today and just doing their best to, you know, increase their role in the team.
Definitely think Union Catholic has done a great job relying on their facilitators, Deshaun Battle, Gio Phillips, Jaheim Tanksley, sort of run the court, and then seeing their other players step up.
Yeah, and I've really loved the impact. You know, Barlow's made a big impact today, and even AJ Sepulveda with a few huge rebounds early on in that first quarter. Definitely earning those minutes. We already see after that timeout some better ball movement from the Vikings.
Phillips testing out his defender. The double team on him, out to Barlow.
Yeah, doing exactly what I kind of was hoping they would do at this point in the game, you know, passing the ball around and not settling for quick shots in the possession.
You know, it's a good mentality, but that one taken away. Good heads-up play by Ayala. And a little hang in the air layup goes down for him.
And Jaheim Tanksley has to stay on his feet right there. You know, letting the attacker get right past him to the basket, but
nice pass by Tanksley getting out to Battle.
Battle using his strong frame to draw that foul inside. Having him back on the court helps after that brief injury scare in the third quarter.
Yeah, he's definitely a presence that Union Catholic loves having on their side.
Yeah, in the court for sure.
Draws a lot of attention from defenders.
And he pulls up, and a little short 10-foot floater goes down for him.
Lots to love about that shot right there.
Ayala drives the lane, goes up. Right hand, no good for him. Outlet to Tanksley on the break. One man to beat. Behind the back, left hand, and it goes down. A highlight film play for Jaheim Tanksley. And the foul.
And that's just why he's, as you mentioned earlier, one of the higher scoring seniors in New Jersey with averaging 19 points.
Definitely unrelenting right there by Jaheim Tanksley.
You know, that's a tough move to guard there for Julian. Doesn't convert the three-point play. Thrown up, Glover. Another 2 points for him.
And
great dish there by Ayala.
Just about to say, it really feels like we've seen more Jaheim Tanksley and ones than we have seen free throws from this Union team. And so it just goes to show, you know, his tenacity and his ability to get to the basket and draw that contact, as well as finish that contact as well.
On the floor, Tracy heads up play to get rid of it. Tanksley from three, off the mark there. Something you don't see too often out of him. He'll shake it off with some laughs.
Gotta love that hurdle over Matt Tracy by the Union defender, showing off that athleticism.
Inside to Robinson.
Great look to Robinson in there, and he almost finished it, but headed to the line for two. Gotta love that pass into the paint. Albertson might be checking in following the shot. Indeed he will. Jaheim Tanksley will take a break, and we'll see Matt Tracy out here. Al Richardson, I should say. Matt Tracy, of course, on the court as well.
Richardson's got a good amount of minutes so far this game.
Offensive rebound leads to a foul, and Glover at the free throw line.
If you're Union Catholic right now, gotta try to lay off in terms of the fouls and just play straight up defense, but it can be tough, you know, considering what a challenge this Union team can be to guard at times.
First one, he gets the friendly roll. 55-40, 3 minutes, 13 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, after missing those first 2 free throws, but now Union's able to convert 1 of 2, and we'll see if he can make the second one.
And he does.
Here's that press. Gio Phillip nearly beat it, but a little careless mistake there leads to a Julian layup, and the foul will go as well.
Yeah, Union playing like a much different team than they were earlier in this game, in the first 3 quarters, really, as they try to take an opportunity and seize it.
Yeah, that wasn't looking too good right there for the Vikings. Only up 12 now, and a chance to make it 11.
And just like that, a 12-point game, and Union Catholic needs to make sure they can hold on this one before it gets closer to single digits.
Yeah, they sure do, and you know, that was just a careless turnover on this side of the ball.
And that lead stays at 12 as Julian is unable to convert that free throw, excuse me.
A little bit of confusion here, but a foul on Union. We'll see a shooter, number 11, check in for Union. Looks like Union Catholic found their way to the bonus, and Tangsley will be shooting 1-and-1.
He misses the first. And we see Union gain possession. Matt Tracy unable to keep that one alive.
That's the type of situation where you'd like to see Tangsley knock down that free throw and possibly, you know, extend UC's lead back to 14, but some good defense is necessary on this possession.
Glover, shot nearly goes down.
Al Richardson with some good defense there, going straight up, not allowing the foul to be called.
Now Union Catholic with an opportunity to kill some clock here. And a foul there against Barlow. Or on it. Barlow had the ball, rather, I'll say. Goes against Union. Amir Robinson with the foul. Barlow at the line now.
Union now at 8 fouls, getting pretty close to that double bonus. Just 2:15 left on the clock.
Yeah, truthfully, if you're Union right now, can't really blame them for fouling, I should say, in this situation where they can get a couple baskets, they can make this a tight one at the end. Probably looking for 3 here if you're the Farmers, but
a great second chance effort there by Julian, getting the rebound off of Aya's miss.
And now a 10-point game, only 2 minutes left. Zach, what does Union Catholic need to do just to hold on to this one now?
yeah, Pat, well, first of all, I want to preface things by saying, you know, I shouldn't have jumped at that 16-point lead declaring the game was over because, you know, as we see Union racing back into this one, and I really think Union Catholic just needs to take better care of the basketball as this game's finishing up. And, you know, if we're just looking at the turnovers, a little sloppy, a little unnecessary, and I think we'll see, you know, Jaheim Tanksley, Gio Phillip, Nishan Battle, those kind of guys bringing the ball up in this situation. You know, those are the guys coaches trust with the ball in this situation, and so definitely expect them not to give up the ball anymore and just to kind of settle, not really look for a shot until they're fouled.
Yeah, no, you bring up a good point. Definitely want to kill as much clock as possible. Union
Certainly
is going to be fouling. So you want to wait till you get that foul.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the last 2 possessions, missing those free throws, Union Catholic needs to do a better job, as they typically do, hitting free throws.
For sure.
And I definitely think that part of Union Catholic, they just need to do a better job keeping that ball alive offensively. We've seen a lot of rush turnovers. They just need to find some space from the very good coverage of Union and just try to keep it alive to kill some clock. Hang on to that 10-point lead they have right now.
I definitely know what you mean, Ray, and hopefully Union Catholic, for their sake, will be able to get the record at 12-4 with the win today.
Barlow finally gets rid of it, but it's taken away from Tracy. On the other end, Union is fouled. And they're back at the free throw line. And that press from Union, a killer right now for Union Catholic.
Yeah, and all they really had to do was get them one down the court, but tough to see the open Union Catholic play with all the Union guys trying to strip the ball away from you. Oh, an opportunity here to cut the game into single digits, and we'll see if Union can capitalize. Specifically number 1 right here, Thomas.
As the Union Catholic lead is cut down to single digits for, I believe, the first time all night since that lead has arose.
Definitely, and not the best timing for the Vikings.
Battle pulls down the rebound now. And he is fouled quickly. So we'll see if Battle can hit these free throws for the Vikings. Definitely would help them here.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that foul right there.
He's one of the Vikings' more confident shooters.
Yeah, Robinson also fouled on that play. That was his 5th foul of the game, so he's done for Union, one of their main rebounders, big men. First one good for Battle.
I believe Robinson has 116 rebounds on the season, so definitely someone they're going to miss this game.
I believe you are correct with that statistician analysis there, Raymond.
Yeah, I'm a big analytics guy, so.
That's what I heard. Sabermetrics.
Yeah, love seeing how those affect the game.
Ayala with the ball. We'll see if he'll pull up for a 3.
Oh,
Instead,
deep 3.
And that went off the mark for Thomas. Tanksley with the rebound.
Good job keeping that one alive.
He gets
Quick
it ahead
pass.
to Barlow, who will bring it back out to kill some time. Nearly loses it, but Tanksley with the ball again.
Tanksley just showing off his dribbling capabilities right here.
Oh, and his passing abilities, too, as he finds Battle through the legs of a defender.
Great dime.
Yeah, really one of the floor generals, incorporating everyone into his offense.
And the other end, Ezra Glover, relentless on the inside part of the paint. His second half point total definitely a huge impact as to why Union is still in this contest,
Yeah.
Zach.
For sure,
And
Pat.
Union Catholic now bring the lead up to double digits. We saw some great work offensively of them on them earlier, being able to move the ball around. Tanksley showing off some of those handles, as Zach pointed out so kindly before. And I really think that if Union Catholic could keep this pace coming out, moving around the press, they'll be able to hold on to their lead. They were able to kill, I believe, 48 seconds of the clock doing just that one play before.
Yeah, definitely. I do believe it was almost exactly 48 seconds right there. But Union Catholic has the ball into the basket and hopefully can either get fouled or run the clock out. But at this point, I'm guessing Union hope to foul and extend the game a little longer. That might just put UC into the double bonus there, Ray.
And I believe it does.
And I'll second it and say it does.
And I will also third it and say I think it does as well.
Union now with 10 fouls opposed to the Union Catholic Vikings who just 7. We see Tanksley take his free throws.
Just under a minute left in this one.
Making the first.
And as Tanksley makes the first, I'll offer a little reminder that following this, the JV contest will be taking place. Star sophomore Tommy Armstrong and company will face up against Union. We'll see what they can do. Union always one of the best JV teams in the county, usually the 1 or 2 seed in the county tournament.
And definitely, you know, we know Union's a huge town, so huge pool of players to choose from.
We saw a great steal there by Phillips as he dances around the defenders, kicks it out to Battle.
He's just waiting to get fouled up here.
Yeah, I believe Union Catholic's trying to kill some clock as that foul Zach mentioned gets called.
Yeah, and if anything, Union is hoping for a miracle at this point. Union Catholic with the chance to extend this one to 14, which is actually interesting considering, you know, we had a little bit of a Union comeback. But at this point, Union Catholic actually almost at the same point they were coming into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Union Catholic pretty close to that 16-point lead they had earlier. Throughout most of the game, really, as Phillips sinks both, and Ayala takes the ball down the court.
And it just goes to show Union Catholic's overall skill, just doing the job of overriding that inconsistency we saw for a little bit.
Phillips with some more of his famed defense, causing another turnover for the Vikings. He's really left his mark on this end of the fourth quarter.
Tanksley finally gets rid of it. Barlow ahead to Tracy, gets it across half court.
Out to Battle, getting up. A nice layup. I thought he was going for a dunk there for a second.
I thought so too, but, you know, he's a great sportsman, and you can't put it past him to just finish the game respectfully and put in that layup to extend it to 16.
Just 10 left on, less than 10 left on the clock.
Yeah, no need for a foul there from Union, and that will do it for today.
Yeah, Union Catholic comes up on top of Union by a score of 64-48. A good all-around victory for the Vikings today, Zach.
Yeah, phenomenal win for the Vikings today, getting to 3-2 in the county, and really, I mean, 12-4 in the season. It's been a great year for the Vikings, and you know, hopefully more to come. Big game tomorrow for this team, and hopefully you can get that back-to-back victory. But you know, great guard play from the Vikings today, and even in Justin Archer's absence, really were able to just outplay the other team.
And you had your usuals for Union Catholic. You know, Jaheim Tanks and Deshaun Battle get it done, but players like Elijah Barlow really step up and have a huge game today.
Yeah, and got to give some credit to to Coach Regan for giving these guys the opportunity, and got to give a lot of credit to them for taking that opportunity and making the most out of it. We saw some great playmaking by Barlow, some tremendous shooting before, and we saw a couple nice layups earlier, and I think this is definitely going to be a gateway for him to start seeing some more minutes. And he's getting a pretty good amount of minutes anyway, and most likely some more starts coming into the rest of the season, and of course next season, as he is one of the younger players on this Union Catholic roster.
So that'll do it for us up here in the booth for the varsity contest. We hope you stay tuned for the JV action. That'll get going in about 10 minutes or so. We'll hope to see you tomorrow night when Union Catholic takes on Plainfield back here in Scotch Plains. But signing off, I'm Patrick Hartnett, alongside Zachary Bellato and Raymond Lestarchik. We hope you have a good night.